So welcome to this daily digital micro webinar. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victoria O'Keefe and I'm a digital skills developer and I work with the digital skills team. And in this micro webinar, we'll look at some of the best apps to use in Teams, from polling to sharing and assigning tasks. So the aim of today's session, I'll be explaining what an app is, and then I'll be demonstrating three apps. So the first is the Planner app. And this is great because it's used to organise tasks. You can receive notifications and assign tasks to other people. And then we'll have a look at the Praise app. Well, this does exactly what it says on the tin. You can recognise your colleagues or fellow students' contributions using Praise. And what's great about this is that you can choose a celebratory badge and you can add an optional message and share gratitude within the flow of work. So it could be individually to somebody, not to embarrass them, or you can send it via the team so everyone can see the praise. And finally, we'll take a look at Wooclap. So this is a revolutionary classroom response system that's designed to boost audience participation by turning smartphones or tablets into a comprehensive learning tool. So first of all, what is an app? Well, we've probably heard of apps all the time, and app is just a short word for application. And in Teams, just alone, there are over 700 apps, but there are thousands of other apps available through the App Store. And there are core apps. So you've probably used all of these apps before within Teams. So these are the default functionality apps. So we've got the activities. So if anybody mentions you or your team, you'll receive a notification. You've got chat where you can just chat to your, either a colleague or your team. Then we've got all the teams listed. You might have them on the left-hand side of your screen. And then we've got the community area that you might want to click on to see all Yammer posts and what's going on in the different community areas. And finally, the calendar, which is, well, I find that really important. And then we've got the custom apps. So these are apps that are created by developers in organizations. So they can be commissioned specifically for a particular project, and then they can be added into Teams. And then we have third-party apps. So these are ones which Microsoft has validated. And of course, security is at the heart of all of these apps. So we can't just have any old app in Teams. Some examples of third-party apps that you've probably used before are Trello. So Trello is used for project management, and there's a board and you can post information on there, receive reminders, and an app that we're going to look at shortly, the Praise app. So to start off with, I'm just going to share my screen. So drag over Teams for you to see. And there are lots of places where you can add apps. You can add them on the left-hand side of your screen. So you can click on the three dots and then you can type in a name of an app if you know it. And these are the recently used ones in my list. So I'll just zoom out. So when you find an app that you want to use, you can select it and it will appear on the left-hand side. You've also got more apps, and this is where you can search by category. So if you want to look for educational apps, you can find the categories along the left-hand side. So don't be afraid to click on the app and then it will add it into your Teams. So you can see there are just lots and lots of different ones that you can have a go at using. And then if I just click on the X to get rid of that, or I can go back into Teams, you can add an app at the top of your team. So I'm in the daily digital channel of the digital skills team, and I can add an app by clicking on the plus sign up here. And I'm going to have a go at adding the Planner app. Now, this is a brilliant app because you can create plans. It could be for an assessment or an assignment you're working on, or you could be working on a project. So it's already here, so tasks by planner. And the great thing about this in Teams is that everyone in your team will have access to this. So only people who've got access to digital skills will be able to see this. You can create a brand new plan and type in the name, or you can use an existing plan. So I'm just going to choose a plan that I've used before. And then you've got the option, if you wanted everyone in the team to know that you've added something new, you can post to the channel about this, but I'll deselect that. And then I'm just going to click on save. And after a few seconds, it will appear. So with this planner, you have different buckets. So we have the to-do bucket, introduction, research. And if you want to add a new column, all you need to do is just click on add new bucket, and then you can type in the name for it. And if you want to add a task underneath the heading, you just click on the plus sign and add the task. So mine is just going to be send out email, and you can set a due date, and you can also assign it to somebody. So if I just choose my colleague, there we go, and I can add it that way. And it could be assigned to more than one person. Other things that you can do, you can change the colours. So if I click on the three dots in any of these postcards or tiles, I can change the colour. So you might have, red, that it's really important, or you might have different colours for different people so they know it's theirs. You can copy a task, add links to them, move them and delete them. So this is the list of tasks all in columns, but you can also at the top choose, if I just click on the different ones, here's a list. That was the board. You can have charts and also a schedule of the different tasks. So that's a really, really quick introduction to this. I deliver a session on Teams and 365 apps. So that will be running again, and the dates are on the schedule if you want to learn more about this. And the second app I wanted to show you, if I go back into Daily Digital by here, there you go, you see the planner still at the top, is the Praise app. So I can just start a new conversation, and all I need to do, if I zoom in for you to see it better, start a new conversation, and there are the three dots. So from here, I can also find the app, and I just click on Praise. There we go. And then straight away, it says send praise to people. And I've got a list of badges. So I'm just going to choose thank you. And then I'm going to say thank you for coming along to this webinar in the heat. And then I'm going to type in the name of some people. There we go. Who else is here? I'm glad all your names are coming up. Okay, and then I'm going to preview what it looks like. There we go, it's going to all of these people. There's the thank you, and thank you for coming along to this webinar in the heat, and I'm going to send it. So if I zoom back out, there we go, you can see that it's in the Daily Digital channel. But as I said, I could have put it individually into the chat, but I've decided to put it all in the main channel for everyone to see. So that's basically it with the Praise app. Really, really simple. And it's just a nice way of saying to your colleagues or your peers, thank you for doing something or something that they did that you thought it was really, really good. And then finally, we're going to have a look at Wooclap. So again, I'm just going to click at the top and type in Wooclap. And all I need to do is add Wooclap in. And I'm going to call this just webinar. So all you need to do is just type in a name for the event. And again, I can post to the channel about this tab. And Wooclap is available in 6 languages. It's free of charge. On their website, they say they're GDPR compliant. It's just like Mentimeter, really. But the thing I like about this is that it's integrated into Teams, whereas Mentimeter will be a standalone. And you can create polls, you can create, mini quizzes, and you can even create presentations to share within Teams. It's nice because it's, as I said, integrated. So if you were working on a particular project, or this could be an icebreaker, then it's always at the top of your particular team or the channel you're using. So just quickly, I'm going to create a poll and I'm just going to type in what I'd like you to answer. Which app is your favourite? So from today. So planner, praise, and I just click on the plus sign and Wooclap, and I can save this. On the right hand side, I can choose if I want the answers in a bar chart or a word cloud. So a word cloud is really useful if you've got, lots of information and you want to expand on it and discuss it with your audience. You can choose if your audience can select multiple answers, and you can add a timer. So I'm going to add 40 seconds or 50 seconds, and then I can click on Start Now. And so for you to get there, you need to go to wooclap.com/ and type in that code. So if I pop that in the chat, there we go. So you can just click on that link and then you can start to answer. Other things I can do, I can have a full screen title, half screen title, and I can also maximize this. At the bottom, I can see if there's any messages, and I can increase this to the entire screen. So one person has voted. I didn't give you much time. There we go. So it says you can't vote anymore, and then one person said praise and another person said Wooclap. So that's just a very quick introduction just to one of those apps that you can get and integrate into your teams. So what I'm going to do now is stop the recording, and then I'll be able to take any questions you may have.